right now. Feels like market dynamic shifted a bit, but help us all. What's up, Hogue?
Yeah, I'll certainly do my best. It's great to see everybody this morning. So we're looking at the S&P is this is yesterday's regular trading hour range, and we're still inside of that regular trading hour range. Not only that, we're still inside the area of value. Now, remember, value areas, as far as volume is concerned, is where 70% of the volume was executed yesterday. So we're inside of it. We're testing the low of volume right now on this platform down around 68.01. We just finished the initial balances. So the initial balance low in the S&Ps is 68.03, 68.21, and the orders on the way on the upside for the initial balance high. And what we'd like to see for a short position here is maintaining price below that initial balance low. What we don't want to see for shorts is a failed downside auction. It's really early in this 30-minute period. It is very early to assume that there may be a failed downside auction. Right now, the price action is to the downside. Jack, I like the position the house is in right now. But we've got to see how this market deals. We're very range bound in the equities, very range bound in gold, actually. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ. NASDAQ, initial balance low, 24,963.75. Initial balance high, 25,111.50. And we just took a couple of ticks look down below the initial balance low. But again, yesterday's range in the Nasdaq, the value area where 70% of the volume was executed yesterday, and we're right at the low of value. Are we going to reject value and continue lower? Or are we going to reaccept value and rotate higher? It's been a very interesting day, especially with all of the news that came out as far as the PCE numbers and everything else that have come out, and we're not really seeing very volatile markets. The markets seem to be waiting for new information, and of course, there's a lot out there, still a lot of uncertainties. Take a quick look at gold. Gold has, opened in range in value. Opening range was not the low of the session. It was pretty close, but where is the market? It's inside that value area from yesterday's regular trading hour session. When that happens, I'm usually looking for better trade locations as the day goes on. If you want an initial balance in gold, the low is 47.5960, the high 47.84 even. We did see a pretty successful auction above that. We've now failed at the initial balance low, looking for the market to rotate back near the or excuse me, we failed above the initial balance high now, looking for the market to rotate back to the initial balance low 47.5960. So these markets, while everybody I'm sure had wild and big expectations for volatile moves, we're not really providing them. The only one that's outside of the range and value is crude oil, and you're seeing it continue this move to the upside. We opened with a gap. Overnight inventory was long. House was long on the opening range breakout trade, mechanical trade. We did get stopped out on that, but now we're seeing the market continue. Successful auction above the initial balance high in crude. That level is 176. Initial balance low in crude, $99. But maybe a long gone level there for us, at least for now. That's where we're at. Kind of range bound. No real major volatility after the PCE numbers and everything else that came out this morning. Manage your expectations. That's my story. I've been around for a while. I've seen a few things. I'm sticking to it.
Woo! That was fire, Hogue.
Oof.
Now I feel better. Ah,
So I
I
never
hope
I
so.
never trade I never trade on the chart, but I've like putting in like some limit orders for it. I did accidentally take one off because I clicked
Long.
the market buy on this right here, but
it's probably
looks like it
worked
might be in
out.
my favor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, long one
I
from 68.
Dakota. You got 68s?
I did. I did. Right when Hook was finished right there.
I mean, there is the
Market
potential for
reacting off
failed
that.
downside auctions in both of these now.
Heads up on the 10-year. 10-year continues to sell off. I did some. No, yeah. 10-year on the lows.
Be
I'm trying
very
to build a
preemptive, but
position.
it is failed downside auction at this time.
It is. Oh, now crude turns around. Oh,
Again, very preemptive.
I love it. Oh. Crude 50-cent pullback. 50-cent pullback off the session highs.
I'm gonna try and build a
IB.
position down here.
We got IB 6.3, IB low in
Yeah, 63 in the orders.
what's 10-year. 10-year is there's been selling off. Price has been selling off. Yields going higher.
Oh yeah.
We got a 100 lot in the NQ upside, about 4 points higher. It's and filled. What was that price? 90.975.
Just added to that right here at 73.
Amazing.
Yeah, this is looking good for longs right now.
Average price, what are you,
Added
73?
another one.
Wow.
We'll just have to do some dueling banjos here, Dakota.
We
No.
E aspect
We're
overnight
short
view up.
2 MES, by the way. Let me just throw that in there
Ooh,
for.
okay. You probably got a better trade. Ooh, okay. See it. See if we get a 3-bar reversal here on the 5-minute here in NQ.
NQ trading 24,095.
There's a pop.
Sure is, man.
Strong
Strong like
off a little
bull.
bit.
Strong like bull.
Strong like cool. BTFD.
Jack, this might be your first indication that you would think about buying it down here.
Why? What? Well,
Yeah,
Again,
I mean, we got the opening nice breakup.
extremely preemptive. Extremely preemptive.
We'll see how it closes. Don't like what I'm seeing in oil, even though it's much higher. We're getting closer to being back below 102. But I originally took this as like an orb trade. So like we don't have very much risk because we took off that one contract. So
Sure.
even if I hold it, we're looking at $80 of risk total. That is unless I add back in.
Yeah, I'm looking to start taking profits at NASDAQ. Get to 25,000. 25,000 is the line in the sand for me. That's where it looks like NASDAQ is comfortable.
Will you leave a runner on?
Yes, Hogue. Yep.
crude did take a peek beneath. I don't even know why I'm quoting crude prices. I mean, no one's really. I'm going for crude traders.
Yeah, I mean, crude's what's making me nervous in this market right now for longs.
Yeah, well,
Being up 8%.
understandable. Oh, gold. All these guys are in their trades. And yes, gold. What have you been
Yes.
seeing? Did you say it was range bound? Gold's been ranging
For the regular trading hours, yes.
from over the last couple days, weeks.
No, there was a gap to the upside yesterday. And yes, and night before last, we traded right up to weekly kickoff high, which is 48.74. Took a look above it, rejected it again.
48.74.
Here's the gap. What is this? From Tuesday to Wednesday?
That's a ceasefire.
That's this box right here. Ceasefire, yes.
Okay.
Yes. So you were gonna say something, Dakota?
Yeah, I added another contract at 78.
How many long?
5.
I'm in Q
I've
average
built
price.
position here and I'm building it. It's allowing me to build this position.
Average
Push back
price.
up to 25,000 and I like it.
All right.
So all right, let's go back to these.
So
Yeah, go ahead, Hogue.
we've got the gap and yesterday's range. You know, we never did close the session gap. So we're still inside that range and basically inside value. So there's very little change in the perception of value of gold right now. What we're looking for is, you know, rejecting the gap, maybe a continuation move to the upside, because you look on the daily chart, it's been in an uptrend and that uptrend is still
Yeah.
intact. So I look for
Eh,
maybe another check up to weekly kickoff high 48.74.
74s. Okay.
But if we start to show signs of reacceptance inside the gap from Tuesday to Wednesday, then I could see us pulling back down, get a visual target. The point of control from Tuesday is 46.80.90. Remember,
46.80.
point of control is comfort level. It's the highest volume price from Tuesday. Sticks in people's minds.
Mhm.
It's comfort level. Point of chill.
So one thing I like that I see is that we, at least for now,
Thank you,
had a
Hogue.
little rejection off of overnight VWAP, but more importantly, the 15-minute opening range where we got into this. So like 68.09. We can stay
Nice.
below here and crude stays above 102. I'll let things play.
Be quiet on the headlines.
I like that for the longs.
You would think long crude oil? Definitely. Crude oil's cooking.
we could go crude oil could keep going up as long as NQ could get back to 25,000 here. I'm happy.
Then you'll be good.
Yeah.
Oh, man. And here comes 25,000.
There we go. I'll take a
Yep.
profit
There it
right
is.
there. I got 003.
Yeah.
How many did you take?
It just took a second one off right there from 010. So I'm still long 3. Gonna move my stop loss to 73. And see if we could catch some more momentum. I look to maybe these 20s. This opening range. Where do we open up here today? These 40s. Maybe we could get a runner into the 040s.
Right off the
But
bell. Right off the bell.
I
They
got what I
popped it.
wanted.
Yeah. How many you long now? You were long 5.
Long
You shaved. Still okay.
I
Still
just
shave
shaved
2.
2. Yep. Shave 2 right in this level. See if we get that continuation. NVIDIA now turned green, so
Helps.
that's looking really good.
Crude oil. About to
Jeez.
walk off the high. Yeah, these markets are recalibrating to say the least. We do have a 30-year auction at noon central. President Trump has a cabinet meeting around the closing bell. Haven't heard much from the president. Go ahead, Jack.
Those are generally the most interesting of the auctions.
Why is that? The 30-year. It's way far out on the curve, Jack. Why do I care?
Yeah, way far out in the curve. Now we auction off a way more stuff in the front end of the curve, but the demand, especially for the back end of the curve, is very indicative of like what people, you're taking a bet that has a lot of convexity, a lot of, that 30-year moves based on small perceptions and interest rates. So you're taking it's kind of how do people feel about America right now?
Interesting.
Little delta update.
Well, thank you.
Negative 3,700 in the S&Ps, negative 600 in the NASDAQ.
We saw this yesterday. Well, what did yesterday get up to, Hogue?
Negative 33,000
In the SPOO or the ES?
in the S&Ps. In the ES.
I know.
Why?
We had a nice
Finished the day negative 25,000.
we had a nice squeeze at the end of Power Hour yesterday, Hogue.
Yes. Yep. That was a fun one.
I do
Yeah, it was a fun
I do
power
have a
hour.
question for my own curiosity, Hogue. You get Delta in real time. Do you get to see where it was at past levels? Or
No,
could you
I just
tell me
have to
where
kind
Delta?
of
Oh, okay.
go ahead.
I'd
No,
be
I
curious to know
do
what the
have a little
cumulative
bit of a
delta.
record.
Okay. Like after the open, you say around like 8:45 or 9 o'clock a.m. Do we know what the delta was? Because I have
It
a
flattened
theory
out.
of why the delta was so high.
Whoa,
Okay.
yes, if I
Give me a
remember,
second, I can tell you.
yeah, I got it. It
Okay.
was like negative 2-3,000, and there was that
It
pop
was
or something.
at the end of the first half hour yesterday, it was positive 1700.
Then we sold off.
It's very interesting. And
Why?
then okay, so that is because my thought is that once the option market opened, is that a ton of people, retail, whoever else, were selling their calls that were way up, which would induce hedgers to like sell the ES. So I wondered if that was what was accounting for that huge negative delta number, but it doesn't seem to be the case.
No, and if you remember yesterday, the first 1 minute opening range in the S&Ps and in the Nasdaq was the dead high, or as sometimes we like to call it, the dead ass high.
That ass. That's kids like this. Folks asking, what are we talking about? Delta. What is this delta number? The delta is not with options. Delta in the futures. So I'm constantly pestering Hogue, what's delta? What's delta? When it's a negative number, for instance, the NQ, I'll ask him, Hogue, what is NQ delta currently?
Negative 400.
Negative 400. Pretty small number comparatively. So when you see that number, say it's negative 4,000, for instance, or negative 40,000, like we saw in the ES, that means that there are aggressive, when it's negative, market sellers coming in and going straight to the market and selling into the bid. Now, the flip side, positive delta. I mean, there are aggressive market buyers. They're essentially just hitting that buy market button or that sell market button that you see there in lower right hand corner, top step X. So as that number continues to grow or increase,
I'm gonna hit that
and
slap that ask button right here. Another take profit at these
don't blame
20s.
you. Yes, we can.
Take,
Let's talk about this banger trade. What's up, Dakota? Talk to me.
no, we're chilling, man. We're chilling long and strong from these lows, and
Amazing.
took a couple more off. Have a runner on, see if we could come back up and test. I mean, look at all this resistance we had up here at these 25.050s, and so maybe we could
Nice
have
trade.
this runner run. I have the runner run, but that's what I was looking for. Bought that dip off these lows, looking for this range bound market. Came down to
Yep.
these lows, built a position, and I'm in a really good spot on this last contract to just let it
Braden.
run. Do it,
See
Sting.
you, Braden. Braden in the chat. Casually get into a payout in a week. Let's
Squeezing
go,
out those
Braden.
shorts. Squeezing out those shorts.
Yeah. Braden, don't see you
Not
power
this
up.
one yet.
Still quiet.
I was going to maybe add one at 68.15 just because there's positive gamma there at 67.85. I tightened it up. We don't have much risk on after taking one off. Crude's still around 102.
68.15 is the volume point of control for the day as well. Makes sense that there's
Yeah, I like that.
options data there.
Let's throw up our old friend.
What we got? Crude.
Well, I'm just
Above.
looking at what Hogue says. We're around, the volume point of control.
Y'all say you slapped that ask before slow markets about a month ago or so?
Yeah. So what slap that ask is, to clarify, everyone, that's
Ask this
joining
button.
the ask. That means hitting the join ask button here, which puts a limit order at whatever the asking price is, which is on the right hand side. That's what it means. I don't like really using market orders, so I'll hit join ask and it puts a limit order at whatever the ask is. We slap it with limit order.
Where was Where was the confusion? Top of the hour in 7 minutes.
I usually only do that during slow markets, but I'm making an exception here for you guys today.
joke's been around for quite a while, but yeah, I love it. Oh, speaking of slow markets, Dakota, 7 p.m. Central, Sunday through Thursday. Who will be joining Mr. Dakota on slow markets this evening?
Thursdays, me, myself, and I. Me, myself, and I.
Oh,
It's going to be a
this
good
was
time.
brutal.
Inflation data
I tuned
tomorrow,
in yesterday.
and these markets are never boring lately. There's always opportunities here.
Okay, yesterday was not like the rest of them. I tuned in, and it turned into an AMA. I took a quick peek, and I'm like,
But you see that gold trade, though. You seen that gold
yeah,
trade. We
baby.
finished
I
that
see
money.
my guy.
We made money. We made
I s-
money.
I see this NQ trade right now.
You see this
We
NQ? Yeah, we're cooking
look
with
at
this
this.
NQ
This
trade here.
market.
We
Oh
bought the
my god.
dip.
Hey, why not? Crude just comfortably holding above $102. We're up about $4.
$102 up
Yep, no problem.
8%.
We're just going here.
Initial
Volatility
balance
is a little bit on
high.
the low side, huh? VIX is 2076. So VIX is lower.
VIX still above 20. All right.
Yeah, we're at 2076. Today's New York session range, 150 points, high to low here in the New York session. So that's on the lower end for the past few months.
Yes, it is. A lot of this is changing, decoupling. All right, we got 5 minutes till the top of the hour here. With that being said, you got morning highlights coming up here, so I'll let you go get prepared for
Yeah.
that. Talk to us about that
It'll be a
delta
busy one
as
too.
yes, it will, Hogue. So, a couple words, get out here, then we'll throw it to Dr. Volatility after that. But Hogue, stuff as always.
Yeah. Well, thanks guys for letting me stop by and say hello. Andre, Dakota, Jack, always a pleasure.
Oh,
See all of you for the morning highlights and then group coaching after that. So make sure you get your questions in. You
Get those
chat.
You heard
Everybody has
Oh,
been
we
sending in really,
got
really good
news.
questions. We look forward to it.
we got.
What's
Thank you,
happening
Hope.
here?
What just happened? Markets are. What's happening is we're about to bring Dr. Volatility in. I'm not seeing anything. Throw it to James. Let you guys manage these trades. James, come on in here. I'll BRB in just a bit.
Let's wake these markets up. Good morning, everybody. Hello, I am here to tell you about the things that you need to know to stay in the know with all things TopStep and TopStep TV. And that includes joining the TopStep Discord, the largest trading community out there. And I mean that when I say that. If you're not finding something, you can probably find it in the TopStep Discord. I'm looking at it right now, and we got rooms of all kinds. We got Discord rooms for trading products. We got Discord rooms for the indices, TopStep TV, funded traders get their own lobby, and of course, there is so much more to find out and explore when you do join the largest trading community out there, which is the TopStep Discord. So, we're going to drop a link in the chat. Go ahead and click on it. Join up today if you're not a part of this already. And you're going to find a lot of information in there. Especially, you can also get quick help when you need it from our mods and ambassadors. Believe me, if you have a question, it's probably been asked in the Discord. So if you're looking for an answer you just can't find, head over to the Discord and our friendly community and ambassadors will help you out. Join the Discord today. You're really missing out if you're not a part of this largest community out there. Then, once you're in the Discord, chat it up and come back later for group coaching at 12 p.m. Central Time. Group coaching, the point in the show where you get to have your questions answered live by our coaches. Maybe your question in the Discord isn't so technical. Maybe it's more about your trading plan and you're looking for some advice. Well, group coaching, you can submit that question and our coaches can look at it and give their perspective on what they might do. You never know what you might learn in group coaching, so it's important to show up early, take notes, and tune in every day. If you want to get a question in for our coaches, go ahead and click on the link that is going to be pinned to the top of the chat soon and get your question in there. Today, we're joined by Hogue, Anne-Marie, and Hoop. So if you have a question for any three of those TopStep TV coaches, be sure to get your question in. And then again, that time is 12 p.m. Central Time for the start of group coaching. Now, before we get back to the charts with our final guest of the day, gas and oil prices are up as the 2-week ceasefire fails to open the Strait of Hormuz. The flow of oil through the Strait of Hormuz remains negligible. Crude prices are up to around $100 a barrel as of Thursday morning. That's after posting drops Wednesday. Despite Wednesday drops, average gas prices in the US are still inching up. According to AAA, the latest increase was less than a cent, but when rounded to the nearest penny, it's enough to raise average prices for regular to $4.17. Declines in global stocks and US pre-market trading suggest investors might be wary. The 2-week US-Iran ceasefire deal appears to be on somewhat shaky ground. Many ship owners are indicating they're not ready to test it in the critical Strait of Hormuz.
All right. Thank you for that, James. We had a little wiggle there on the chart. Dakota, you still long
I
here? Or
am
you all
flat.
out?
Nope, I'm out. I'm out. Got out at the 50.
We had a little dip there
Good
in oil that
morning.
got bought up pretty quick. Hey, look who it is.
Oh,
Mo.
Mo.
How's it going, my
Mo.
man?
I sneak into the door.
You did.
Mhm.
Did not.
How are you,
Well,
Dakota? How are
as
you,
long
Jack?
as you're here, how are you feeling about the markets this morning, man?
Yeah, market is range bound currently. Type of day. Actually, it is a multi-day directional. It's a multi-directional day where the markets start going down with 2 legs, and then going up with almost 3 legs, then going down with 3 legs. Now we are going back up. So that's multi-directional day, which could end up as a big range day. The high is 68.26, the low is 67.94 in ES. I tried a couple of shorts in here, get some profit, but it's end with that beautiful continuation pattern when the price is coming there, giving a nice trap at here and give me the signal. I took some profit there, but the market refused to continue, which makes a reversal pattern, as we can see here. It's kind of head and shoulders, where I go long off again with 8 micros, looking to continue the opening range in ES. Opening range between 68.21, I'm talking about 30 minutes opening range. The low was 68.09. The market peaked down like this, not continuation, it was just a trap, the low, and then give a beautiful 3-bar reversal in the ES, which I went off after closing this candle at 68.15. I limit in around 68.13, looking for 2 to 1 risk to reward, which is the entry is 68.15, the stop 68.06. So that's 9 points stop. Looking for 2 to 1 risk to reward, which around 68.34. So I'm looking for a breakout of this opening range, taking some profit as we go higher.
All right. So you are long 8 MES.
Yes.
Right on. Love it. Dakota, anything you're scoping out right now?
I'm going to wait here for a minute and see how we react. I mean, we have a lot of resistance here at 25,050s. And I mean, that was the trade. That was a trade. I came on air right as we were testing these lows and just bought that up. So now it's just wait and see how we react about these 50s. Do we break
It's going
through?
right now.
Yeah. Do we break through this and test session highs, or do we get a pullback? I'm hands off right now.
We had nearly we had a dip, and now we're back 102.40 in crude oil. Still hanging around that 68.15 in the ES. Dakota sitting on hands. Reminder, we got
Yep.
group coaching today at noon. On group coaching today at noon, we got Hogue, Anne-Marie, and Hoop will be in the house. We have a form pinned to the top of the chat where you can submit your questions for them.
Nice.
Hmm. Stock's not really
Yeah, this is a
reacting
tough
to
one.
this latest push.
Yeah, this is a tough one right now. If we continue to chop, maybe we go back down to 25,000.
Hmm.
But I don't like it enough to short it here.
Well, let me know when you do. Join the dark side, Dakota.
I know. Okay. Okay.
Oil up 8.4% on the day in the May contract. Also cooking Bitcoin in the spot market trading just above 71,000. VIX is 20.71. Meta up nearly 3%. That was a buy the dip. They've had a hell of a last couple days here.
Yeah, they have.
Meta has gone from a
Yeah,
low of
strong
520
conviction.
to trading 634 in just about a week or so.
Those who bought it. Gold's at 47.88. Crude
Crude pushing highs.
pushing higher. It is. Get up to 103s maybe. Yeah, there's some selling.
Yeah, I think I will
Back
get
down to-
out of this trade. If we break the low of the opening range, that's the rejection of the 50%, which means this is could end up breaking the low of the day. So they want to see the price close in the 5 minute below 68.08.
Okay.
It could be by the dip mode.
Um not me. Not me. Not yet.
Yeah, it's range.
Oil,
Yeah.
oil just matched its high of the days there. Got the current high in the May contract, 102.70. We got to 102.64. Will it be the double top or the beginning of the end? We'll find out. And lucky to have Mo here with us.
Me too.
You're long MES?
Yeah. Muhammad, I
Okay.
believe, is long 8 MES from 68.13.
13.
Got it. Okay. I like it if we could hold. You're looking for
Buyers still have control. In the 2000 tick chart, they have control. They make this quick higher high, higher high, higher high. So that was a dip to buy where they took some weak hand buyers stops and continue to the high of the range. But we need to go above 68.15, the middle of the opening range again.
Yeah, that's what
Let's
I'm
see.
looking to. I'll get out of these shorts about 5 points above there.
Mm-hmm.
Oil came back a little bit off its highs. What do we have in the 10-year yields up to 4.32? They bottomed out on Wednesday at about 4.23, so about 9 bips higher. On selling off a little bit.
This very much can be waiting for a headline type market.
No, it definitely is. That's what everyone's sitting
Yep.
around for.
Yeah, headline will
Yeah.
screw everything.
It's been a little lighter
We're all-
today.
Yeah, we're all just waiting here. Waiting. Could be just buy low, sell high.
That's often the way to do it. Hmm.
We're having a 30% normal ATR. Yeah, we're in a very, very small range today so far. New York session. Not for crude though. Not for crude.
Not for crude. Yeah, I just want to say
Yeah,
it.
or Amazon or Meta.
Well, it's holding on to that 102 handle. Let us see. Where are you looking to possibly buy, Dakota? Like at the bottom of the range today, or are you just playing this like a range
Yeah,
day?
25,000 is a big line in the sand, so it could be a case to where whenever we're above, look for short opportunities. Whenever we're below, look for long opportunities. I'm not much to short it. I'll rather wait to see if we go to the bottom end of this range.
All right, 10:08. Fitch ratings. Our old friends at Fitch. U.S. Iran conflict credit risks remain elevated despite ceasefire.
Been pretty quiet on those headlines, though.
It has been pretty quiet today. Big movers in some of the stocks I'm looking at. Got some of the software's getting hit again. No surprise. Favorite whipping boy. It's a very Anthropic driven day in tech. You got software like Adobe's down 4%. Figma, they're all fearing the God machine right now. Figma down 5%. SanDisk up 5%. Oracle down 3.5%.
The ceasefire's still in effect, right?
Uh, it's not strong ceasefire, actually. There's
It's very
a lot of violation of it, both sides.
okay. Because the strait's still closed. I'm assuming that with the price of oil.
Yeah,
It's a lot of
102.55.
restrictions.
Okay.
Also, I missed the most important part of that Anthropic trade. Palantir still down 7.5% today.
Ooh, that got hit.
And it was down like 10% yesterday.
Are you looking to buy it?
No. Full disclosure, I'm short it.
Okay. Okay.
It's a more longer term kind of manage like the I was very long it at one point. Oh, wait a second, we're getting a little wiggle here.
Goodness. This isn't working for me.
Wiggle back to 102.30.
Yeah, buyers trying to step into the NASDAQ as well.
I like staying above 15, 68.15.
You still in this, Mo?
I'm still in it, yeah.
Okay. Oh, you're
I
in.
might reduce my risk to 68.09 now,
Okay.
as we have this. It's early. Let me wait.
Yeah, 6809 was the
I need to break.
bottom
I
of
need to
the
break the 68.19. Then I will be able to trail my stop higher. So this pivot is still not strong, as it is lower low. So once this high is breaking out, then I can comfortably take my stop to this pivot.
Nice.
6809, the ES was the low of the first half an hour of trading.
Yeah.
There you go, Marcus Tarkadilly. NATO's Mark gives remarks after meeting with Trump.
Yeah, says Trump requested Netanyahu to ease the bombing in Lebanon to help make negotiations with Iran a success. According to NBC News, citing a U.S. official. Thought that would have pumped me out of the
Yeah.
trade right there.
But looking for the sellers are trying and failing.
Yeah, it's looking
Yeah.
good. Nvidia up 0.5% now. Google making a recovery. We might go test these session highs.
Okay.
I dumped out of some of this trade. Might just.
There's those 50s.
This area is surely a resistant. Can see it here. The 5 minute. It is an order block, could entice more sellers. As long as we are above 68.15, this trade looks good.
Equity's loving this. We're buying it up, even though crude's still at like just under 102. But
Okay.
we're starting to sell off a little bit more in crude.
Now I'm trading my stop. Okay. Taking some profit at 68.21.
Okay.
The high
Do you
of the
plan to
opening
scale
range.
out of this?
Yeah, I will scale out, of course.
Okay.
Because if you look at from yesterday, this is so bullish, man. You can see this strong spike, and we still inside that flag, whatever is that. So there is a high potential that we have another strong breakout to the highs.
Right.
So I pulled out of that trade before we got to the stop loss. So we just lost $65 on it. Which turned out to be good. I'm gonna wait until we get I'll tell you what, the oil going up does not mean stocks go down, but the oil selling off, you better believe we're sending stocks higher.
Going up. Yeah, finding the reason
Okay.
to go up.
Two out at 22. Trading my stop to 68.09 and a half now.
There we go.
We need to see continuation from here. We need to see acceptance of the price at the high of the opening range, which I don't see a reason why not. We have
Maybe we
looking
make
for
new session highs
68.28.
right here. We can.
New high of the day.
Yeah, we
Take
can
a
make new session
look-see.
highs here.
NATO's Route. Trump's commitment to progress reversed more than a generation of stagnation and atrophy by reminding Europe that values must be supported by hard power.
We'll take some profit, more profit at 68.26, 27. That
Nasdaq's
is
going.
2-1 risk to reward.
Nasdaq just turned green. We're passing settlement here.
We are pumping.
Yes, we are. Nasdaq right at settlement. Amazon up almost 4%.
Wow.
Yeah, equities got
4%.
it. Pretty
Nvidia is
3/4.
yeah.
Up 3/4. Crude selling off still. 101.3. VIX looking at 20. Yeah, it'll be the first time we've seen VIX below 20 in a very long time, I think, if we can get there.
Right now,
I'll
VIX
take
is at
one more here.
4.57.
I'm still long 5. Stop almost at break even.
All right.
Let's see.
Where'd we get out? 18.5. Let's see. We crossed obviously the initial balance high there. The
Hanging
hill
out.
downside for the win.
Yesterday high 68.48. With this momentum and this buying strength, I think we can get there. I will trail my stop because I don't want to see the price coming back inside the opening range again. I don't want to see failed upside auction.
It's looking pretty good. And crude oil get back below 101. Google continue to rally off its lows. Yeah, I'm going to lean towards a break of session highs here in the NASDAQ. Question is, where do you get in if you're not already in like you are, Mo? Here we go.
Not quite yet. New highs.
Yeah.
ES 68.26, 26 half.
27.
Should have just kept the runner
27.
on.
Now I'll keep trailing this. No reason to exit.
Crude down close to 101. Turned out to be a double top there for now at around 102.70.